Welcome to the podcast. I'm Max.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Mae, and we were had. Can you believe it?
There are twists and there are turns.
Defleshed is a standard death.
Oh, that's fun.
We were had.
We were.
All right, this week we are talking about the Pollock sisters.
Here
right.
Let's
we
do
go.
it. Another twin story. Your
Yeah.
second twin story.
My second twin story, also in England.
Oh, really? The American twins don't exist. Never seen them.
No.
Mary Kate and Ashley?
British. Welsh.
Okay, so this is kind of a weird one. It's a little bit paranormal.
Okay.
We love.
It's a little bit religious.
Oddly religious.
Yeah.
Didn't see that for one. There was no mention of religion really in the Silent Twins.
No,
thank
I guess
God.
they don't have a religion.
You know?
I guess.
I hate when they bring that into it. You know what I mean? Why can't I just have a nice ghost story or whatever without God?
Well, I like the satanic stuff. That was cool.
We love Satan.
The occult. That's what,
The occult.
That's what I like.
Yeah. All right. So talk to us about these little demons.
Okay, so first of all, I'm looking at a stock image because I read some article and there was this stock image in it, and then I went on Reddit to do some research on it, and people were like, I know the people in that photo, and that's not them. They were like, that's my aunt. Isn't that weird?
They do, I think any black and white picture of twins as children with the same outfit, I think we've just been conditioned that that's not a good thing. Like, you're about to
Yeah.
die.
Oh,
If
yeah,
If
yeah.
you see
That's
two twins holding hands, that's it.
What's that movie, The Shining?
The Shining.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah.
Yeah,
just
Maybe
not a good
this
look.
is just from The Shining. I haven't seen the movie in a while.
it
Maybe
looks
just
exactly
a
like
stock
that.
image.
This is a still from the film.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so in May 1957, in the small town of Hexham, England, 11-year-old Joanna Pollock and her younger sister, 6-year-old Jacqueline, were on their way to church with their friend Anthony when they were struck by an erratic driver.
Oh, wait. Stupid question. They aren't twins?
These are their sisters.
This is, the first kid, the original kids.
Yeah.
So you
yes,
didn't read the
I
article. You didn't read the
did.
article.
I have background knowledge. Yes, please. Keep going.
Okay, so this will make sense in a minute because they're reincarnated in these twins. That's the whole thing.
Got it.
Okay.
Let me say something. Justice for Anthony, by the way. We'll get to that
Yeah,
later
right?
as well.
Jesus. Okay, so almost instantly, the
Totally,
two sisters.
totally.
All right, so the two sisters were killed, and Anthony died on the way to the hospital. So, tragedy, obviously. And it was later discovered that the driver, who was a local woman, was under the influence of a number of drugs, and she had done it intentionally.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
She
Oh my
intentionally hit these three kids because she was forcibly separated from her own kids, and so she
Just like
was losing her mind.
Oh,
my.
no.
That makes it all so much worse.
Isn't that crazy?
I didn't catch that on Wikipedia.
So the case made headlines through Britain because that's fucking wild.
So they
Sure.
can tell, right, because of tire tracks and shit? Like, it's like you're not skidding, or does she
think
just
she
be like,
admitted-
she was like,
She
I
probably
did
I
it.
think
confessed.
she admitted it. Yeah,
No.
which is insane. So she was taken to a psychiatric hospital.
That's well, she should.
Obviously.
Yep.
Yeah. So following the death Joanna and Jacqueline, the girls' parents, John and Florence Pollock, were obviously wicked sad, of course. So then Florence got pregnant, and John became convinced that the twins that she was pregnant with were being reborn as the girls.
Okay.
They could tell when they were twins that early? Like in 1957?
I'm sure. Yeah. They had sonograms back then. They were just the weird worry ones. Not the ones we have now, which you can see a 3D image of the baby, which I hate.
Oh, yeah, they were just like, that's the dot. That
Yeah,
little
yeah.
thing is you. That's the
Right.
baby. Okay, and he became convinced ahead of time
Ahead of time.
that they were kind of like
Yeah.
wishful thinking.
Okay.
So one thing that was notable is that there was no history of twins with either parent's family, and Florence's doctor had predicted actually a single birth. Now I'm going back on what I said, meaning the likelihood of the twins was pretty low. So I don't know if they saw that they were twins. You know how sometimes twins eat each other in the womb,
Sure.
or
Yeah,
absorb
yeah.
each other or whatever it is. So the twins were born on October 4th, 1958, and they were named Jillian and Jennifer. They were identical. And one thing that was super weird right off the bat was that the pair had birthmarks that were considered highly unusual for twins, apparently. And Jennifer had a small birthmark on her left hip, which mimicked a birthmark that Jacqueline, the dead sister, had in the same spot.
Okay.
She also had a birthmark on her forehead, which was similar to Jacqueline, the dead sister, that had in the same spot. Creepy.
do twins have the exact same birthmarks? If they're identical, I mean.
I guess that's why it's unusual. Do they usually have the same birthmarks?
Yeah, I don't think so.
You don't think they do have usually?
I'm saying two identical twins would have, because it's the exact same genetic code, but I guess they
Right.
don't.
There's too many J names being tossed around. I'm going to be the one to say it first.
Yeah. From now on, we're going to refer to her as Gillian, if people don't mind. We're going to do it a hard G.
All
Okay.
right, so Jacqueline and Joanne are the sisters that died.
Okay.
And Jillian and Jennifer, or Gillian and Jennifer, are the twins.
Okay. And Joanna turned into Jacqueline is what we're positing here.
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
And then Gillian and Jennifer are the other ones.
Yeah.
Did
So
you change this to G on this?
No, I think
Oh, is it
did
spelled
start
like
with
that?
a G, which
Okay.
is- That is weird to have
Yeah.
4 daughters and have 3 J's and the other one be a G pronounced as a J.
Even though, that's 4 J names, but I guess.
yeah, it's like when people name their kids Joff.
Oh, Geoff.
Geoff.
Ugh, it's like you wanted to be a fucking asshole. Please continue.
Okay. So when the twins were only 3 months old, the family relocated to Whitley Bay, which is east of Hexham, like a little good ways away.
Okay.
And when the twins got a little bit older and they started talking, it became clear that they seemed to remember Hexham, their old town, in like explicit detail. So they never grew up there, they didn't spend any time there, but they could like talk about landmarks. And, they went back there as a family, and the twins pointed out like the school that Joanna and Jacqueline had attended, the playground that the dead sisters loved, like a bunch of stuff that they wouldn't have any knowledge of.
Freaky.
Yeah. So this next part's really weird. So likewise,
But who are they pointing it out to?
the parents.
So
it's
this is
sort of
based.
like-
This is all based on the parents' word, then. Correct?
Yeah.
The parents who ahead of time thought it was going to be a reincarnation.
Fair.
That.
So they drove past the original school and said, "Do you recognize this school?
Yeah.
How about that playground?"
Yeah. And they're like, yeah, it's
like,
St.
yeah,
James
yeah.
Elementary.
Yeah.
And it like says in big letters, St. James Elementary. And they're like, no way.
Yeah, they're pointing out, look, a playground. And they're like, you remember?
Oh my God. Grass?
Yeah, this family's full of shit.
Oh.
Man, I took Adderall today, everybody. I'm very sorry. I feel out of it. Do I seem out of it?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, I was expecting to be more dialed in, but you're easy, cool, breezy.
All right, I'm going
have fun
for
with it.
All right, cool. So this next one's super creepy. I would literally kick my kids out if this happened. The twins were able to identify their dead sister's toys by name, which is weird.
The
But I'm
toys
like,
had names.
the toys had names, and they knew what the names were without anybody telling them,
Okay.
apparently.
Okay.
Was the name
Yeah.
of it like Barbie?
Yeah.
Thomas the Tank.
Get out of here.
Elmo? It's just like the American Girl dolls that come with like the name tags and the whole like background.
All the Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
This is, I can't remember. Princess Diana Memorial Bear.
I don't know if
Crazy.
you guys know this, but there was an American Girl doll that was black, and her or like her background was that she was a slave. Isn't that dark?
God.
What time period is that?
I mean,
American Girl dolls are old,
yeah,
right?
Not really. I mean, I had them in the 90s. I had that one, and I
You
was like,
had that
I
one?
had
Doll?
that one. Yeah,
She was a freed slave.
yeah. She
Oh
was
my
she
God.
was in the North now.
Was the idea that like it was like a history?
I think it was like
Lesson?
a history lesson, but I was like, that's like shocking.
Yeah. Also, you're like buying it.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
I didn't like it.
That's bad on a lot of levels.
I know. I feel like my mom was trying to like diversify my dolls, but at the same time, like it's ironically like not progressive at all. We bought a slave doll.
Oh God.
Literally, isn't that insane?
Oh no. All right, back to
Let's
the
get
twins.
back to the twins. This is derailed.
Derailed.
Oh yeah. So So the mom started like storing the girls' toys out of sight because.
And to be clear, the girls only wanted the specific girl that they were associated with toy. So
No. I think that they were. I actually don't know.
like what I'm saying is, was it very clear the entire time that one was Jillian and one was Jennifer, or one was
Oh.
Joanna, one was Jacqueline?
I don't think so. I think it was pretty like muddled.
Okay.
Because it would seem like that they're saying that they went after the twins. Each girl went after one of the girls' like specific toys. That's what I read. Well, that's what I had originally read it as.
Okay, you might be right. I only read this one article, and I'm now regurgitating it to you guys.
Research.
Yeah, research.
Busted.
I went on a Reddit thread that had a link to this article. Okay, so they were able to name their toys by their names previously given to them. And they also, oh wait, you're right. They divided the toys up exactly as the sisters did. Maybe if I read the article before just now reading it now, I would know
I'm sorry.
that.
I said
It's more fun this way.
Yeah, I'm learning it together with
That's
you guys.
nice. That's nice. It's sweet.
She starts gasping as she's reading.
Wow.
Whoa.
And then they also referred to the fact that the toys came from Santa Claus, which is true, but I'm like, that's pretty fucking obvious, right?
Most wooden toys.
Wait. What do you mean which was true? I'm so confused.
They're saying like the girls were like, oh, this was great when Santa Claus gave this to us or whatever.
But why does it say when it came from Santa Claus, which was true?
Well, I mean, they were probably Christmas gifts.
We're reading an article by someone who believes Santa Claus is real.
Mrs. Claus wrote the article.
Which was true.
Which was true, of course.
The parents are like, how did they know Santa brought them?
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. All right.
All right. So Florence and John also noticed that the twins had similar personalities compared with their dead sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Joanna was very protective. So that's the dead sister, was very protective of her younger sister, Jacqueline. And Jillian, one of the twins, seemed more mature than her identical twin sister, whatever her name is. What's her name? Jennifer. Who was born 10 minutes before Jennifer. So, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they basically, like, one was looking after the other, similar to how the older ones were. But I'm like, that's just like sibling dynamics, no?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, usually, I mean, even with twins, there's usually a more dominant and passive one, I feel like, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. All right. So the parents also noted that the twins enjoyed playing the same games and foods and as their siblings, but I'm like, I don't know. I mean,
Oh, come on.
This is
The
dumb.
game is hide and seek and the food is mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Like, this is not...
yeah, this
all
is not.
At a certain point, these are
Damning
children and
evidence.
you're giving them toys and food and driving them to the playground.
Right.
Yeah.
It would be one thing if it was like really weird, like if they're like 8-year-olds that love Jeopardy and like food, and the food is like, you know,
They love chicken
foie
cacciatore.
gras. Yeah.
I mean, it's just,
I made that the other night. It was
I
pretty
keep coming back to the fact that this is all based on the word of the people who already thought ahead of time it was going to happen.
And
Yeah.
I will compound to that it's the word of them, and even that is not that weird. Like even if I believe what they're saying, I don't believe that they're reincarnated. You know what I'm saying?
There's also, so
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
don't believe in the concept of reincarnation.
No,
Ben's got to double down. Oh, bring science into it.
Well, no, I kind of like the idea of reincarnation. Yeah, I do, but I don't.
It's comforting. I wish it was real.
It's a cool
It is sweet.
concept.
Yeah.
Although it's just sad because like you don't remember. Like
Yeah.
it'd be cool if like you could build on skills and shit.
Yeah,
Do
that
you
would be
think if
cool.
there's reincarnation that also applies to like all living things, or you think you just get reincarnated as a different human being? Or do you think you could be reincarnated as like a plant or an animal?
Buddhist
Yeah.
that you come back as like a leopard or something?
Hindu. Yeah,
No,
I think
I'd be hungry all the time, and then you have to run.
Then I definitely wouldn't remember. I would hate to be like a baboon and remember what it was like to be a human, just be like scratching my ace hole all day.
right.
No thanks, you know?
Yeah, that would
Not
suck.
that different from what you do now.
I
Max scratches his asshole a lot. That's actually
do.
That's a bit on stage.
yeah.
That's my closer.
He's just doing it.
No.
All right, see you guys
probably
later.
feel
Gotta go
honestly.
screech.
So actually the parents disagreed on this. So the dad was like, he was all in. He was like, this is the, sisters reincarnated, but they were devout Catholics, and Catholics don't
Believe in that.
believe in reincarnation.
Okay.
So their dad really thought it was true, and the mom totally disagreed. And so later, like when they met up with the family, it was reported that the couple's marriage was threatened as a result, and Florence almost filed for divorce because she's like, you're driving me fucking crazy.
Well, just
With this shit.
this all seems like it's just unhealthy grieving on his part.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. But it makes sense as a
Of
form
course,
of
it's
grieving.
awful.
Of
Your
course.
kids got murdered by a car crazy person.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, why are the children walking along to church? I'm not blaming anyone, but
It's the 50s. I don't know.
there weren't any rules. You're
There
right.
weren't any
I'm
rules,
surprised
yeah.
there were cars.
Latchkey kids.
What's happening here?
You don't know what that is? Latchkey kids?
Should I?
Yeah.
Yeah. When your parents are
Are
at
you
work
gonna keep that
after
secret
school.
or- okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. figure it out.
What was it? What is it?
It's
So
when
like
you
kids
don't
who
have,
wander by themselves,
yeah,
right?
kids who wander by themselves after school because their parents are still at work. Like I was a latchkey kid, and I would come home and watch The Simpsons or whatever.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So the twins started talking about the car accident.
Ooh.
And that's when the mom changed her mind because she was like, this is weird.
So the mom was a skeptic and she was pulled over.
She was pulled over. Now she thinks that it might have been true.
They started talking about we're getting tantalizing.
It's also unhealthy for the twins because it's like they want to be their own people too. And their parents are like using them to grieve their dead daughters.
Can I tell you something? That's certainly horrible to put on those two kids. But especially if the mom didn't believe, was the dad like when he was alone with the kids being like, remember that car accident?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happened? You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Tell mom about
That's
it.
likely.
Our marriage is on the rocks.
Or
like
if the parents were fighting and stuff and the kids were in the other room playing, the kids get things by osmosis. So the kids are like, the car accident happened
Right.
10 years ago, and then the kids are like, car accident.
Yeah. So the twins started saying some really weird shit, though. So on one occasion, the mom overheard the girls playing a game where they recreated the sister's accident.
Oh my God.
And Jillian was cradling Jennifer's head, telling her, quote, "The blood is coming out of your eyes. That's where the car hit you." Ooh.
Oh my God.
This family.
You don't want that.
this
No.
does not sound like a good childhood.
Yeah.
No.
Were these wealthy people or middle class?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would take back the question.
On another occasion, Jillian pointed to Jennifer's birthmark on her forehead and said, "This is the mark Jennifer got when she fell on a bucket." Which apparently, I'm
true.
like, but that could just be something that is like a tale they tell in their family.
Yeah, that's the thing. And you were getting at this. Like, I don't know how much of this the dad. Now I'm even more suspicious of the dad a little bit, just because now he's got a motive to tell the girls these things to convince the mom
Right.
that.
That'd be so fucked up. Like, now I'm definitely divorcing you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
if she found out, right?
Well, it's like, it's not even if it's like totally nefarious, but I think it's just like, it's kind of, I'm imagining more of a desperation where he's like talking to the kids and he's like, come on, you have to remember the car accident, right?
Right.
And they're like, yeah, you know what I mean? And they don't want to disappoint him and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Sure.
sad.
Ew. This
Yeah.
is sad.
This is we've gone through a lot of depressing ones, but some of them are so extreme depressing. I guess this
Yeah.
is pretty extreme depressing. But there's something about this that's like hitting me. Like,
It's a bummer.
it's a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Some child
This
abuse
is a, you heard it
going
here
on.
first. This is a We Were Had certified bummer. Please continue.
That's what you guys come here for. A weird Adderall girl who can barely read. And
And her two fucking friends.
so it says in this article, too, it's like also interesting. The girls appeared to have a fear of cars. It's like, yeah, nobody wants to get run over. Like,
Especially if your parents told me your older siblings died in a car accident.
yeah, like no kidding.
Yeah.
And they had experienced reoccurring nightmares about being hit by a car.
No, that's terrible.
I know. Who doesn't, I guess.
Oh, look, one was yelling, the car is coming to get us.
Yeah. So Jillian and Jennifer
Oh, my God.
became like frightened and anxious while near cars. I'm like, did they get in cars though?
Yeah.
John recalled the girls grabbing onto each other in terror when the car started its engine in an alleyway, and it said the car is coming to get us.
All right, that's a little on the nose, John, and I don't believe anything you say, but
Yeah. He's gross. I'm
He's
just blaming this on him.
grieving.
I'm always attacking the victims in these stories.
or at the very least, the victim's family.
Well, that's also that's also kind of the problem with this story, that there's no, in the other stories, I feel like there always is at least a potential villain. Like in this one, it's just,
Well, there's no antagonist. The prime antagonist would have been the woman who did it, and she was immediately caught
and
put
she
away.
leaves
Yeah,
the story right
There is
away.
no mystery there.
Right.
The even the villain, quote unquote, here would be someone who's just acting out of desperation and sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going.
All right. So shortly after
Are
the
we
twins,
uncovering like secrets of the human psyche right now? It feels like we're really solving
yeah, I feel
something.
like that's the mystery. What's wrong with this man?
Yeah.
And the woman that fucking mowed down kids.
I can't believe it was intentional.
Intentional.
really
Isn't that
is deeply
insane?
upsetting.
That's so
Especially
awful.
it's like you lost your kids, so you understand that pain more than anything. Why would you do that to another person?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the
Insane.
part where you lose me.
I think it's very England too that she got to go to a psychiatric
It's
ward.
so
You
England.
know what I mean?
Murdering children, so England. So British.
Oh, I wanted to go back to your thing. That's the part where you lose me. It's when you're murdering innocent children. That's where you lose me.
That's where you lose me.
That's.
I mean, you
I
know
was
what?
with you. I was with you. I was with you. And then
you guys,
It's like, all right,
you
you
guys
Yeah.
were afraid to say it. I'm against murdering kids. Okay, I'll say it.
Take.
It's a hot take.
It's a hot take. We might get
I'm
canceled for
brave.
that one.
Yeah.
But in America, I mean, we would have sent that lady to prison for the rest of her days on this earth, right?
Oh, that would have been a DP death penalty.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
For sure.
You guys believe in the death penalty? You want to talk about that topic for a minute?
I don't want it.
Okay.
I actually really am undecided on that.
Yeah, me too. Because sometimes you read about some of these cases, and I'm like,
No one deserves to die like that. Like the horrible kind of when they have the poison in them and they kind of it's like the torturous death when the death penalty doesn't go all the way through, but they keep doing it.
Oh,
That's
wait. Are you
Oh.
talking about the electric chair? Or are you talking
electric
about?
chair or poison. Like there's so many
used to
cases.
Oh, I
Poison?
thought lethal
They-
lethal
lethal
injection.
injection.
Oh, but I thought the whole idea about that is that it's painless.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's not, except sometimes they're convulsing and like
oh,
going for
really?
like 10
Ooh.
minutes.
Ugh, fuck.
Yeah.
Disaster. Wow.
I believe. Are we actually going to have that conversation?
Yeah, go
maybe,
for it.
maybe
We
off
can
air.
do it. Yeah,
No,
we can
go
do
ahead.
it.
So I don't believe in the death penalty, but I don't believe in it because I do feel like you can never be 100% sure. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you get confessions
Oh,
and
of
stuff
guilt
like
and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
But how many false confessions?
Yeah,
exist?
so many
Which
Yeah.
is
false
insane.
confessions. Talk about a
Well,
weird.
the way that
So
police,
that's my. It's
the
not
police
even
are
the
able to
morality.
convince people that they've done something a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right. So for me, I'm against it. Not. It doesn't even have to do with the morality aspect of it. It's that. It's the you can't be sure aspect of it.
I mean, we're also talking about the worst of the worst. So if you want to make the argument of, spending your life in prison, thinking on what put you there they're still alive. They still have the opportunity to grow or even reach some sort of reformation. But still, either way,
Yeah.
they're locked.
Like
Yeah.
to avoid prison. Prison seems bleak.
It doesn't seem good.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good. Like a death penalty sometimes seems like an out too.
Yeah, be kind of nice.
Unless they're going straight to hell, then we could talk. Are we discussing heaven and hell? Or we would have that kind of conversation.
Go.
I have no take on that. I do think that we're all currently in purgatory, kind of like the island from Lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Way to give away the ending of Lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. We'll put a spoiler warning.
What's
up
that
in the
religion?
description.
There's a religion that believes that this is heaven. Like we're like living right now.
This is
I know.
heaven?
I was like, this sucks.
Yeah. Boom.
They have Twitter in heaven.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't
God.
need
That's
that
hell.
kind of- yeah, that is hell.
Yeah. What if this is hell?
Or what if this is hell? Yeah.
Well, that's the whole concept of that show,
Be kinda
the
nice.
Good Place, where they're sent to
Yeah.
heaven, but it's actually hell.
Once
Oh,
again,
right.
a TV show ruined on We Were Had. Hey,
didn't know that
everybody.
about
End of
that.
Sopranos, fade to black.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So when they're in that really nice place, it's hell because she has to be like perfect, or what's the deal? What's the concept?
I don't want to ruin it because it's actually the big thing out of it. I will anyway. By now, just stop if you want to. But the concept is that there's 4 main characters, and she's told she's doesn't actually belong. She finds out that she's not supposed to be there, so like that's
Yeah.
torturing her. And all 4 of the main characters were people that were supposed to go to hell.
Oh.
And then this was specifically designed to torture them. Like one guy,
Oh, okay.
it was because he could never make a decision in life, and that ended up having negative effects. And like one woman was
So
super
Mike
conceited.
Bramante.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to hell for
So
lots of reasons.
all 4
Yeah.
of them were specifically put in this place as a torture. Like they were testing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you find out nobody's getting into heaven.
Worth watching?
It's actually a wonderful show.
I've
a
seen a few
wonderful show,
episodes.
and I love the way it comes at those philosophical kind of arguments, like the trolley theory, things like that. Like it really is. I learned actually a lot while watching it. I looked up stuff after.
Cool.
I
Do
guess
you
I'm
guys
a
believe in heaven and hell? You guys meaning Jews?
Jews. No, right?
Well, the weird thing about Jews is that, and correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, but we don't really address it that much in our Bible, in the Old Testament. So,
Oh, okay.
Which is weird because you would think that one of the main points of a religion is to give you an answer on that question.
Yeah.
But kind of
Well, it's interesting because
no answer.
The whole argument is you're chosen to be here. That was the chosen point. And then Christianity isn't more like you're chosen for heaven.
Oh.
Yeah, this is
think that's
is not that big of a deal.
This is really this is tryouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Judaism, the whole thing really is that you're chosen by God here on earth, right? Like, or wasn't that the start of it? I'm
think-
telling you about what means to be
No,
a Jew.
no. There's definitely the chosen people aspect. I'm trying to think. I'm sure that there is some version of heaven, but it's not like there's no like Revelations chapter in the Old Testament where they like really describe what happens at the end of the apocalypse and all that stuff.
Which is just science fiction. Those guys are just shaking a shot.
Have you ever read Revelations?
No.
I read it once for a religion class. It is, that is a crazy chapter. Yeah.
All right. Well,
What does it say? Like, what's like?
It just keeps into like
You want to summarize the whole
all like-
Bible for us?
give us the spark.
Genesis 1. No, Revelations is insane. It like goes into the details of like what hell is like and the different.
Oh.
And then you have Dante's Inferno, which
The
is a book
seven
much later,
circles.
which is the 7 circles and the whole stuff. Yeah, no,
Wow.
it's some detailed stuff.
So whoever wrote it just had a really good imagination, I guess.
Yeah, it was just
Well, interesting that there's always way more detail about hell than heaven.
Yeah.
Heaven is always conceptual and like open to interpretation. Meanwhile, hell, they're gonna grab you by the dick and rip you tip to taint.
because
There's a
heaven
red
is
man
such
with
a
horns.
but also heaven's such a weird, like it's so hard to describe heaven because every description that you make is going to be like, well, but wouldn't this get boring after a little while?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like my version of heaven would be different than. I mean, actually, probably not. I'd probably just be hanging out with you guys, podcasting.
Oh,
Come on.
podcasting in heaven.
Yeah,
The only difference is Greg can talk.
yeah. Oh, that'd be nice. But what if he's not nice?
Oh,
What if he's
come
like,
on.
"Let me out of here! I hate this
I
place."
never liked you guys.
Yeah.
No, that would get shut him up.
I've thought about that before. I'm like, I wonder if Greg feels like he's like captive.
Depressed.
Yeah,
I feel like cats in particular because they live like a depressed person.
yeah. He's just like, you know.
Some cats seem happy. I would say Greg does seem like a jolly boy.
Yeah, he is jolly, but I mean, he'd probably like to roam free.
Wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
Should we go back to the main
I
story
have
for
no
me?
idea where we are in this story.
Okay, so when they turned 5, apparently their past life, like all this memories, like started to fade, and then they went on to live normal life. So that makes me think that maybe they weren't being coached by the parents, because why would they all of a sudden not have these memories anymore?
To be fair, also, I think your memories really start after 5 anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's about right. I have memories before 5, but it's very confusing. It's kind of related. Like I don't know how much of it is people telling me the memories.
Yeah, I don't have any memories before high school.
20.
Before college.
Me neither, honestly.
I don't. Every day is a new for me.
Yeah. And also, I only remembered like winter and summer. Like I only remember being at the beach or like sledding, nothing in between.
That's all it is in Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah.
Do you guys have like falls and springs? You do.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. But I don't remember any of that.
You remember torsos washing up all around you all the time?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was like an everyday thing.
Oh, you know what? I recently rewatched Jaws.
Oh.
Which takes place on the Cape,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And we didn't even talk about the fact that it could have been a shark.
Oh, yeah. But no, because her
No.
teeth were all knocked out and
The
shit.
guy, though.
Yeah, but
he was wrapped
it
up.
would have been fun if it was a shark and it was
Yeah.
like Jaws. And
The shark killed a guy, wrapped him up in a tarp, put him in the back of the truck, then jumped back in the ocean. Reasonable.
I forgot the details.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Da-da.
There's actually a lot of sharks off of Cape Cod. Like in the past like few years.
I
don't
once
know
my
why.
first internship. My first internship was for a non-scripted TV studio, and I had to transcribe the video for the filming of this like shark catching show.
Yeah.
And they just like went to these competitions off the Cape. First of all, very boring job. God bless them. We had to take like
Wait, what are you doing? You're writing.
transcribing like an intern.
So you're making a script.
No, you
because
just transcribe what was said so they can like use that for closed captions and the shit. And like
Yeah.
also like easier to make it like go through footage and
I
stuff.
did a transcribing internship too, very different, but I interned at the district attorney's office. No, wait. That's anyway.
What a
it was a
flux.
lawyer thing, and then
Rudy
they would just
Giuliani's office. Ben's dad loves Rudy Giuliani. Can I say that on here?
It's mutual. They're close
Yeah.
and then I have no idea if it was. It was probably some sort of connection. I have no idea if it was that kind of thing. But but my job was to transcribe like interviews with witnesses. And it was
Oh.
like these like arms deals and like pretty
Oh my
crazy
gosh.
things. So
Wow.
I'm just like writing down like, it is done or whatever the fuck.
Big NDA on that one, no?
No, I'm telling you guys.
No
And
one.
all these people. Yeah.
Don't tell anyone. The name I didn't say, it is done.
Yeah.
Okay. So they lost the memories when
they
people
lost the
start
memories.
gaining memories.
Yeah, and Jillian later recalled experiencing visions of herself playing in a sand pit at home in Wickham. So I don't know what that has anything to do with anything because the older twins that died lived in that other town.
Okay.
So whatever. Oh, wait. It says that Jillian never went to Wickham. Am I confused? I thought they moved to Wickham when they were 3 months old. Didn't it say that?
Oh, no. They moved away from Wickham.
Oh.
They moved.
I thought they moved away from Hexham.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Oh, well, it sounds the same. Come on, guys. Honest mistake. By me, I'm saying.
Oh.
No.
Did they move? They went from Hexham to Wickham?
That's what it says earlier in the article, and now it's...
No, they relocated to Whitley Bay. I don't think we've
Oh.
heard of Wickham.
No, we haven't heard of
Maybe Wickham's like the area.
Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so wait. Wickham is a place that Joanna
is
had
a-
once lived with her parents at 4 years old. So
okay.
the twins used to live with their parents in Wickham, and Jillian is now saying that she remembers Wickham, but she never went there.
I'm sorry, just to go back. So
Yeah.
I think it's that the older sister who passed away,
Yes.
that's the one that knows Wickham, that actually knew Wickham.
Yes.
And now the twins are recalling it.
Right.
Which doesn't make sense. Okay.
It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
All right.
So the case, this is kind of ridiculous. This whole episode has been ridiculous, but the case of the Pollock twins has long been cited as, quote, proof of reincarnation. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, come on.
Loose
really don't
proof.
fucking think so. Yeah, right?
This is
It's
a
like-
picture, a blurry picture of Sasquatch at best there.
Yeah. And John and Florence claim that they didn't speak to their twins about their deceased sisters until they were older.
Okay.
But they also had 4 older brothers.
Oh my god.
What? Oh,
Oh, where was
God.
this? Where was this the whole time? Throw the case out. Young brothers?
Oh, they were definitely
They were
fucking
just too
with
nervous
them.
to actually tell you that they were just fucking playing a prank on you guys your whole life.
A really mean, twisted prank, but a prank nonetheless.
Young boys are horrible people.
They are horrible people. So anyway, theories. So the brothers told them. That's definitely exactly what happened.
Yep.
Paranormal. I was thinking maybe the twins were communicating with them.
Oh, like kind
That'd
of
be
like.
fun.
Well, isn't there also like the thing where it's like younger, in like paranormal nonsense, they say younger children are easier to inhabit or to take the form
Yeah.
of. Like that's why demons are always like going towards children because they're
Right.
like not as established and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I mean, that might be if you're talking paranormal, like 5, 6, you start really having a personality. Really, you start having memories and becoming more of like an actual human being. So
Yeah.
until then, their sisters were just kind of there, sharing the space with them.
Yeah, maybe. That's
Yeah.
that's a theory.
That's a theory.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good one.
It's a pretty good one. Grieving parents, which I think is probably
I think it's probably a combination
probably
of
a
that and the
combination.
brothers.
But
Yeah.
isn't there a thing that like grief can be passed through generation? Passed by
yeah, people
DNA?
say that there's like generational trauma or something. I don't know if that's just a way for people to feel sorry for themselves or what the fuck.
But I think it's demonstrated in history, isn't it? That we're like, it's like, I mean, that's also how evolution happens. I mean, as like animals learn not to eat certain things, that is passed on and shit like that.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
guess you're
mean?
right.
So by generational trauma, you mean that
Their dads carried the memory of their sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Right. I don't you think that it's more nurture than nature though in this case that the dad is the parents are devastated. They've lost 2 children.
Yeah.
And that sort of
In a crazy
vibe.
accident.
I do think that twins are the weirdest kids. There's always weird things with twins. Twin telepathy is a thing. The documented cases of twins getting hurt when the other one's getting hurt or feeling it,
Ooh.
all that kind of stuff. The
Weird.
silent
The
twins
silent
that we
twins are fucking
did, they were just
psycho.
like killing each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Best friends,
yeah.
but also enemies. So twins are weird. The whole concept of it. And if you're a twin, I am jealous. I've always wanted a twin. But
Fraternal twin. I would not have wanted an identical
to have
twin.
one with the same face, it really goes either way. Every group of twins I know is either their best friends or they hate each other.
Really? You know
Yeah.
twins that hate each other?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so weird to me.
Mhm. I grew up with a pair of
Oh,
twins
that's so
that ended up
sad.
hating each other. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you choose sides?
Huh?
Did you choose sides?
I don't care.
Oh, you didn't like either of them? Yeah.
No, I didn't like or dislike them. I was like,
Why do they hate each other? It's just like different personalities?
actually, I think it happened at my house. The
Oh.
first real big rift.
Did you start the you stirred the pot?
Max started a rumor about the other one.
You ruined the relationship between twins.
No, they got into like a physical fight at my house, I had like a party over the summer after like 8th grade or something, and I had a party at my house, and like the class came, and I was grade class president. Stop it. No. And
this is your one memory from that.
This is all of the only memory I had before high school. And the two of them got into like a horrible like fist fight to the point where like my mom called their mom and she had to come get them. And they never really spoke the same to each other since.
That's crazy.
I know. Not to take credit, but I was really stirring the pot that time. I'm kidding.
And still are.
Yeah. Sue me.
Look at that. And then the last one would be parents coaching them, which is so sad to me.
That's not good.
Particularly the dad, right?
Particularly
Isn't that the idea?
dad, yeah. But then they made headlines again because of this, and I'm kind of like, this is like so sick. But I wonder if the parents like wanted to be in the press again. Like,
oh no, I have a couple of follow-up questions.
It's a theory. It's not a nice one, but it's a theory.
Sure.
I like the idea, but the theory of like less nefarious means of like accidental coaching. They're yelling about it in the other room. They never actually talk to their kids about it, but that kind of shit just kind of seeps in.
Right.
Here's my question as well is, are the twins still alive and how were their lives?
It's just said that they lived normal lives, and when I tried to look it up, I couldn't find anything on it. Let me just look this up real quick.
You said that they were born in late 50s, right? So they could
totally be alive.
Of course.
Okay,
yeah, they'd be
Pollock
60s.
sisters now. Let's see. I think this is them.
We got them?
Yeah, they just look like frizzy-haired women.
Oh, they have very frizzy hair.
Well, I mean, it's probably the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, we're finding a bunch of photos of the family. We'll put this up. There's like 30 fucking people in this family.
Oh, yeah.
All the brothers just spreading fucking rumors and lies. I would say old pictures of old families always look terrible because it's always black and white and they all have a straight face. Like they're not allowed to smile.
Yeah, it was a thing that they're not supposed to smile.
That's horrible. Why did they do that?
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know.
Especially in my dad's side of the family, it's all Russian. And in Eastern Europe, like, you were definitely not supposed to smile.
I used to think that my dad's childhood was terrible because
there was like
all
one
the
photo.
old photos, everyone looked so sad. Like, and I was like, oh, my grandma's life sucked too. And it just turns out that that's just the photos.
You just caught him
He
at a bad
describes it
moment.
very nicely.
So I can't. Let me see. Pollock sisters alive?
This feels like dead air.
Yeah, this feels like we have some
I
stuff.
can't tell. I don't know.
Well, listen,
Anyway.
that's the biggest mystery of the episode.
Yeah.
Whether they are still alive. So where do we stand on this?
I think the dad was had. I think that's.
I mean, he was had either by himself. He was had by grief, certainly. The Soul family.
Yeah,
God
I
bless.
don't want to believe any. Yes, I think that this is just a really, really depressing story.
I think it's similar to many things as well, that when you go into a situation with a theory and any information backs up that theory, you're going to cling to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then eventually the wife caved as well.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We've dealt with a lot of weirder cases than this, so I'm not going to say it's not possible. Also, why don't we put this on the table? Was it aliens?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm glad you
Yeah,
said
probably.
it.
Yeah.
They were aliens until they turned 5.
And then the
And
human
then-
DNA overtook the alien.
Yeah, I don't see that listed under theories. That's weird.
Yeah.
God, I would fucking hate to have twins. Ooh. It'd be a disaster.
Because of the birthing or
Because of the
raising?
birthing. The birthing, the stretching of my stomach.
Oh.
Yeah.
All that.
No
Disaster.
thanks.
And also just taking care of two
Yeah,
twins
right
for the
away.
first like year or two of your life. Oh man.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, that's cool, though, to have your first kid's brother, sister, fraternal twins. You're done. That's it.
That
Oh, that-
yes, that is
That's
efficient.
nice. One and
for
done.
sure.
I would tie
Yeah.
those tubes after that.
Yeah,
which
you got to
I-
lock it
yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Well, we covered a lot of ground here from the
We
heaven,
finally have
hell
an
to
answer
the death penalty.
on the death penalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This story was kind of nonsense, but maybe you guys enjoyed it. You can look up some stuff. I'll, link
Can
some
someone
stuff.
please tell us if they're alive?
Yeah, I don't know. If you guys are Jillian and Jennifer, please write in. That'd
Come
be
forward.
nice.
Show yourself.
Show thyselves.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
Bye.